I'm covering the June 7th meeting of the North Idaho College Board of Trustees in 3 parts. This is part 1, public comments. Once again, Trustee Chair Greg McKenzie, or as he acts it, Lord McKenzie, cannot effectively run a meeting. What could have been a 90-minute sit-down and get it over with burned into a 5-hour marathon of incompetency and boorish behavior. McKenzie is the petty government tyrant his fellows at the Kootenai County Republican Central Committee have warned us about. He's better suited to being a high school hall monitor than serve in any elected position, usually occupied by an adult. Regardless, the big event before the meeting happened the previous Friday when Judge Meyer granted NIC President Nick Swain summary judgment in the bogus Banducci revenge lawsuit. This means that it's over. The KCRCC goofballs on the board cannot dismiss Dr. Swain from his position, his contract is legally valid, and further, the college must pay Dr. Swain's legal fees and court costs. Here is an appropriate public comment from citizen Ed DePriest, who, like me, is a sworn enemy of the Kootenai County authoritarians masquerading as Republicans.
The recent court rulings ordered that President Swain's attorney fees and court costs be paid by his opposition. Who's going to pay those attorney fees and costs? How much are they, and where are they in the budget? As is indicated by the numerous court decisions in favor of President Swain, who had every right to file this lawsuit, and against the actions of the majority trustees and their attorney, it appears that the entire litigation will run into the hundreds of thousands of dollars after Mr. McCumber's fees, costs, and the court rulings. Is the taxpayer going to pay for those fees and costs?
Yes, Ed, we'll all pay for the Banducci, McKenzie, Wagner, Macomber buffoonery at NIC. It's cost the taxpayers dearly. Remember, despite being rated and vetted by the KCRCC, these clowns are not fiscal conservatives or even responsible elected officials.
Shouldn't those who are the proximate cause of those costs be personally liable for the costs instead of the taxpayers? So much for the conservative platform of fiscal conservatism and personal accountability
Mr. Chair,
and responsibility.
Excuse me.
I guess that doesn't apply when it's in pursuit of, I guess that doesn't apply when it's in pursuit of ideological agendas at the tax.
And they cut him off. In fact, if you pay attention to these meetings, McKenzie treats his fans differently from those who ask legitimate and, I'll be honest, uncomfortable questions about the board's actions and behavior. It's a dodge to being accountable to the public. This is how the KCRCC views your rights when you disagree with their cult or point out their hypocrisy.
Yeah, my name is Erin Ferraro. I am an instructor at NIC. I'm speaking on behalf of myself and not on behalf of the college. But I am speaking up for those that have been harassed by members of this board. Trustee Banducci, at the last board meeting, I found it difficult to be lectured on integrity, especially by someone who has clearly demonstrated the opposite in the past. There are plenty of YouTube highlights of your behavior.
The NIC Foundation is a separate nonprofit that does fundraising for the college to provide benefits such as student scholarships. Years ago, Banducci allegedly assaulted a female employee at an NIC Foundation event. Banducci and the rest of his cohort have a strong desire to get their hands on the foundation's loot. How assaulting a woman would be part of Banducci's schemes makes no sense, or it does make sense only to his Neanderthal brain, which apparently never considered the potential of his brutish behavior and how it could earn him a restraining order. Rumor has it that one of the reasons future former college attorney Macomber went on a witch hunt month ago, subpoenaing various college employees and former trustees, was to find and bury the complaint against Banducci. But no, it happened, Todd, exactly as this woman says.
So I need not discuss them now.
Do you have an agenda item like specific to policy?
Yes. I'm speaking to policy.
To improve policy, go for it.
What's the policy?
Your campaign finances.
Do you have a policy number? Is it on the agenda?
Policy.
Which policy?
Your campaign
Okay.
finances are fully
then?
available online.
It's probably 2.01.02, responsibilities, duties, and standards of good practice.
Is it on the agenda? That's what I'm looking for.
Yes, it is.
If we can pause our time.
It's a first read on tab 3 under new business.
Okay, do you have wording in the policy that you want to address? You can turn a microphone on. Then speak to that.
Yes.
Throwing allegations is
I do not condemn violence. It is not okay what happened to you, Trustee Banducci. Workplace violence is never okay.
How is this in the policy?
Workplace violence comes in many forms, not just physical. It can be verbal, nonverbal, or written. It's an act or threat meant to intimidate, harass, or humiliate. It can involve bullying, sabotage, or sexual harassment. Chair McKenzie, you asked us to consider how our comments can help move this college forward. I will tell you. I will ask that going forward, Trustee Banducci, Chair McKenzie, and anyone else that it may apply to will not harass, intimidate, or bully the staff at this college.
This is what the KCRCC's rating and vetting has gotten us. Not more freedom, not respect for your rights or the law, but a totalitarian version of hell that's going to destroy North Idaho College. Here's another good point brought up by NIC public comment regular Robert Shepler.
Why are we still paying Dr. South over $25,000 a month in pay and benefits when he is not contributing to the college in any way other than serving as leverage for lawsuits against the college?
Corrupt politicians Banducci, Wagner, and McKenzie keep Dr. South around at great expense to the taxpayer because they still want to get rid of President Swain. Legal decisions be damned. South is their hole card, a threat basically, the sword of Damocles ready to drop at the earliest opportunity, which is why none of these clowns are honest when they discuss trying to keep the college's accreditation. There's more to come on the June 7th meeting. I tell ya, it was frustrating to sit there and watch. I had to leave. I was so upset. I've never seen such grotesque ignorance on a board in my life, nor such incompetency and sandbagging by McKenzie as chair. He can't run a public meeting. During the recess, in fact, he was out in the audience with his phone taking pictures of people who questioned him, including me and Ed DePriest. To me, that's intimidation by an elected official against the public. But remember, this is the plan the KCRCC has in store for all elected positions in the county should the voters continue to stupidly elect these authoritarian thugs who do not respect your rights. Stay tuned for the next video, which covers the same meeting but on the budget, the NIC Foundation, and what is possibly the sanest explanation I've heard regarding the endgame to this madness.